Don't miss Amazon's Black Friday sale starting November 16th. With deals in every department, well...
Thanks for calling Canon.
Does Canon CarePi Plus really cover accidental damage to my camera?
Correct.
What if I drop it?
You're covered.
What if it's my fault?
We've got you covered. Purchase and register select Canon products today and get 13 months of Canon CarePi.
Hey, brother! Ben, oh my gosh, the final trailer for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald just dropped, and I am losing my mind. It is so awesome. There are so many questions just circling.
Okay, let me make this easy by explaining how I did what I did. In layman's terms, of course. I like to experiment. Metals, wires, chemicals, those sort of things. I'm not super serious about it. I go to college for linguistics. I'm pretty normal. My favorite thing to work with are things that the public aren't really supposed to get a hold of. I did a comparison by a microscope of a Cuban cigar to one from Nicaragua, and was actually able to spot some key differences. What I'm about to explain started with doing a search on Google Shopping. You search for something, it brings up all of the online locations where you can buy whatever it is, do price comparisons, etc. Me and my friend Dave were having fun looking up crazy things one night, like fighter jets and private islands. Things actually do come up. The prices are laughable. Anyway, I searched for uranium. To our surprise, a few sites popped up selling straight up uranium. We laughed it off, but it made me think. I've heard that some of the more off-the-wall elements in the periodic table could do strange things. A few days later, I got paid for my silly phone job, and went and did the uranium search again. I chose a random vendor and started looking around their site. The only other wild one I found was Unum Pentium, element 114, if I remember right. I bought both of them. Don't ask where the site is, and don't ask how much it cost. I'll explain everything. But to tell you the truth, no matter how much you probably think you want to see what I saw, it's an extremely hard reality to live with. I got these elements in vials. Working with them is not safe. I'm not going to tell you how I did it, but I found it on the internet, so you can too. I tried a few different things with small amounts of each, combining them with water, etc. There isn't a lot of information on unipentium, as it's a man-made element and nobody is supposed to have access to it outside of really extravagant laboratory settings. Anyway, surprisingly, nothing interesting happened. I had one more interesting idea. I put both in a food dehydrator. Sounds retarded, I know. Believe me, the thought was hilarious to me too, since I bought the food dehydrator to extract mescaline from cactus I found at a Mexican grocery store. You won't believe what college kids will pay. Never mind. Anyway, I put these two in a dehydrator and turned it on. This is when things got a little strange. I ran it for around 10 seconds, and the two elements drew closer together, similar to how a magnet attracts metal. I ran it a little longer, and they moved yet closer. What happens when they touch you here? I ran it and watched. The two little stones I used came closer, and they touched. The spot that each of them touched the other with began to shimmer a little bit. I kept going. They drew, well, into each other, until they became one black, shimmering mass. As I continued, the mass took on a perfect spherical shape. It grew from the size of a marble to about that of a baseball before I stopped. I took the thing out with a thick, gloved hand and held it. It didn't seem to have any mass whatsoever. I decided to take a big risk. I set this thing down and literally hovered it about 2 inches from my kitchen counter. Wow. I took off my right glove and touched the thing. It felt like sticking my fingers into jello, yet it was extremely warm inside. It was just a black ball of, I don't know what. Once I stuck my right pointer finger in, I couldn't see it inside the thing. You can hold this with a hand, yet fingers go through it. I picked it up, no glove this time, and held it up to my eye. This is when everything happened. This is basically a recap. I can't tell you what happened during whatever happened. I can, however, tell you what I learned. Essentially, this thing took me to the future. I understand it to be the year 2060. Not at all too crazy, but it was different. I had some time to look around. I'm going to number my experiences for you. Number 1. I saw how technology had advanced since 2013. I was placed into a public park. I'm not sure where, but everyone spoke English, so it was somewhere in the US. I saw people taking pictures. Everyone still acts like they do today. There are some loose slang terms, like what I guess was hash, which is some form of greeting. The cameras that people had were amazing. They essentially take pictures that you can move all around. Essentially, they capture the entire world, each moment in time. You take a picture of something, bring up the image on the camera's touchscreen display, and you can start moving the picture around. People took pictures in the park, sat around the camera, and one made motions on the screen with their fingers. The image began moving forward. They moved to an adjacent street. One of them moved the image to their house, but they saw their parents sitting in the living room. Every single thing happening in the moment that the picture is taken is captured in each picture. Also, as a side note, I didn't recognize any of the logos on these things, so I'd say a big competitor is coming in the tech market. Number 2. Things began to get depressing at this realization. I listened to a news broadcast someone was watching on what reminded me of a tablet. It was a cool little thing that produces a 3D hologram when you sit it flat facing up. The 3D news person, a pretty woman who reminded me of Diane Neal during a Strawberry Blonde era, explained a list of new sanitization locations throughout New York City, how innovative they were, and how a petition had been started to open these elsewhere. The pretty news lady explained that they were walk-in decontamination booths. They looked like a phone booth, but were white with a green sign, like a medical cross with heat lines coming off of it. The booth fills with an antibiotic gas that decontaminates the skin, lungs, and respiratory tracts. From what I understand, things like this had been around for a while, and this was simply the newest antibiotic agent. See, what happened was, viruses continued to morph, and pharma technology actually hit a 5-year standstill around 2045. Pharma was still trying to catch up, but viruses had a 5-year permanent head start now, and these booths were the only way to ensure safety against these viruses that were, as of yet, untreatable. It was a sort of social, or to enter one of these before visiting others' homes, offices, etc. Real, upstanding citizens wore these jelly bracelets with a little digital counter in them that showed how long it had been since they deconned. Number 3. As a quick side note, I've never cared too much about the environment. I have no problem with smokers, never really worried about doing my part to cut down on emissions and things like that. This isn't a political statement or anything like that, but something I learned while on my, trip. I learned that Beijing, China, was now abandoned. The air quality had developed to the point where around 75 people began dying daily of respiratory infections. These were people whose health had been excellent. It only took around 3 hours of exposure to Beijing's air to put someone in the hospital. Eventually, the UN took over and evacuated Beijing, giving it the same safety classification as Pripyat, the city of the Chernobyl disaster. It was estimated that, with Beijing abandoned, and technically at zero emissions now, it will be safe by the new clean air standards to be settled again in around 9,000 years. It is also said that Los Angeles and Pittsburgh will suffer the same fate in around 20 years, so 2080, if drastic measures were not taken to eliminate pollution. You know, it stuck with me as odd that these places hadn't cut down on emissions to a reasonable level yet, because even today, in 2013, tons of clean air inactivities are in places, aimed at factories and the like. Like I said, not meant to be a political statement or any Greenpeace spiel. This is just what I saw. Number 4. Another interesting side note, most of this information came from watching the news in 2016. I talked to small people, told them I was foreign to explain my accent, and what was now old-timey choice of words. They explained that the USA government had passed an initiative holding news outlets to standards similar to advertisers. Any sort of embellishment, bias, or straight-up lie was punishable with fines in the millions. The public trusted the news media completely, and there wasn't really anything to suggest that the media couldn't be trusted. Though I will say that the news was now quite boring and dry compared to 2013. I guess it's time to explain why this isn't a happy story about an amazing future. At least, not for me.